What's poppin', what's good? It's your girl Mami Tiff, and I'm back again with another video. Poppin', you guys. How y'all doing? Welcome or welcome back. Second video of the week. Y'all haven't done a story time in so long! Okay, so if you haven't already read the title, no, this video is not clickbait, y'all. I really was discriminated against in Disney World, and that sounds crazy. And actually, I wasn't discriminated against because of my race, ethnicity, anything about me visually, nothing like that. So, you know, go ahead, put some popcorn in the microwave, get your drinks, all the snacks that you want, buckle in your seatbelts, kids, because we going for a ride. Okay, y'all, so this story time, you might see me scream. I've already recorded it once, and I was doing a lot, so I tried to like, it's okay, Tiffany, it's okay. But you know, I might slip up and just start screaming. And my AC just turned on. So if you guys hear this AC in the video, I apologize. I can't control it. Yeah, let me just stop rambling and let's get into this video. But wait, before we get into this video, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You know, we make funny, dope, silly, and awesome videos on this channel, and we always have a great time, so like, why wouldn't you? And you know, you might as well go hit that bell so that you get a notification whenever I post, so you won't miss out on anything on this channel. And you know, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, and don't be afraid to go leave a comment down below if you guys want to hear any more story times from me or have any questions. You know how this goes. But yeah, without further ado, let's dive into the video. Okay, so before I get into the actual story, let me just give you guys a little background about my life. So, just in case you don't know, which a lot of people actually do know, but some people I don't think I've told YouTube like y'all yet, but just in case you didn't know, I have a bunch of food allergies. So I'm allergic to eggs, apples, peaches, pears, cherries, cucumbers, and carrots.
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs.
And the majority of all these foods, I basically have anaphylactic reaction. So an anaphylactic reaction is basically when your throat closes up and you can't really breathe and you have a hard time swallowing. And that's just a form of an allergic reaction. So basically it's a very severe allergic reaction, but it only happens to me if I ingest the food. So like I can touch the food, it can be around me. So basically it's like not airborne. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, now let me get into my Disney background. Okay, so I've been to Disney 6 times in a row.
Bruh.
I'm basically a Disney pro. I'm basically a Disney princess. I basically live there. Like, give me the key to the castle. Totally joking, y'all. Totally joking. No, but honestly, truly, like, if someone told me that I was going to Disney for 4 days, I will make sure I get to every single park. Like, I know how it goes. You know what I mean? Like, I run that shit. Okay, but in all seriousness, I've been to Disney World many of times, and they're always just excellent, like amazing with my food allergies. Like when I go there, whether I'm in the park or the hotels, I tell them my food allergy, they make sure I'm taken care of. Sometimes even the chef comes out to me and tells me that they're gonna have a separate place in the kitchen for them to prepare my meal. You know, just really awesome, great customer service, like out the bag, like the best customer service I've ever had in my life anywhere that I go. And that's because it's Disney World. Like, that's what Disney World's supposed to do. So when this happened to me, y'all, this situation I'm about to tell you right here, I almost lost it. I really did. So basically, I ended up going back to Disney this year, last spring. Now, I didn't go on my usual Disney trip. So basically, I was in Florida for 2 games that I had with my team. And on the last day of our trip, our coach let us go to Disney World. Specifically downtown Disney, because you don't need a day pass. Day passes are ridiculously expensive, and there was just no point of us getting a day pass if we weren't even going to be able to stay in a park for a full day, because we were also flying out that same day. So downtown Disney, if you don't know, is basically like just an open park, and it's not really a park, it's more of like open mall, I guess you could say now. Like there's Disney stores, and then there's like other malls, like they have a Zara, they have a Lily Pulitzer. I don't know why that's the store I remember, because I literally get anxiety looking at that store. But that's a different video. So basically, if you get the gist of it, there's no real like rides in there. So as me and some of my teammates are walking around the park, we're like, oh, like, we're really just craving ice cream right now. Like, we really want some ice cream. And so at first we were looking to see if there was like Cold Stone, but there was no Cold Stone in the park. And so the only place that sold like really good ice cream that we ended up going to, and I think it was the only place that did sell ice cream in the park, but I'm not exactly sure, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, so basically the only other place in the park was Ghirardelli. And so this Ghirardelli restaurant in downtown Disney, they have a chocolate side and they have an ice cream side. When you go to the restaurant, they have like the registers in the front where you order, and then behind that is where, like, I guess you could say where they prepare all the food and like where the ice cream is, the chocolate and stuff. And so when we get there, me and my teammates were waiting in line. As we're waiting in line, we're looking at the menu, and the menu was just overwhelming with a bunch of different options, like options out the freaking boonies, y'all. So I see at the bottom of the menu that it says like, warning, some of our foods may have peanuts, nuts, eggs, and a bunch of other stuff. Basically, order with caution. So by the time we get to the front near the register, my teammates order before me, and then after they order, I go to, you know, try to order. The first thing that I tell this lady who's at the register, I'm like, hey, I have a bunch of food allergies, and what I'm mainly concerned about is eggs. And I was wondering if you could recommend anything on your menu for someone like me who has an egg allergy. And the first thing this lady says is,
if you have a food allergy, we don't really recommend you eat here.
What? So at this point, I'm like very confused. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, that was the first like red flag. Like, what do you mean? And so it's just like, what are you talking about? Like, do all your products have eggs in them? Because I've had your chocolate before, and your chocolate doesn't have eggs in them. And the lady goes,
no, we have some ice cream with eggs, and we have some ice cream without eggs. But basically, we don't make any special accommodations.
And I'm like, what do you mean you don't make any special accommodations? Like, if you have ice cream without eggs, like, why can't I just, you know, eat it? And she goes,
well, we don't want to be liable for cross-contamination in the factory and in here in the restaurant.
And I was just like, what? So I was just like, what do you mean? Like, can't you just use a clean scooper and get an ice cream that I can have? And she literally goes,
oh, we don't do that here. That's not part of corporate policy.
I was like, can I see a manager? So a manager comes out, and basically I tell him, hey, like, I have an allergy. Basically the same spiel I told the lady who I was trying to order from. And basically told him what she said to me, thinking that like what I said to the manager was just going to like sway him. Like, he was going to be like, oh my God. And that was a reaction I absolutely did not get. So the manager literally says the same exact thing to me. He goes, yeah, it's part of corporate policy that we don't, on God, this is literally what he said, guys. He said
that we don't clean our scoops.
Like, what? What do you mean? He's just like, it's corporate policy that we don't clean our scoops because all we do is dip them into water. Like, there is no soap and water we don't clean them with. So what you're telling me is, if the scooper falls on the ground, you're gonna pick it back up and put it right into the ice cream. You're telling me if a scooper breaks, you're gonna use the broken scooper. You're telling me that the scoopers in the back are not clean, or you have no scoopers in the back that are clean, or you don't
even have scoopers in the back at all.
Like, what do you actually mean? Like, I know y'all have scoopers in the back. I know y'all have scoopers on deck in the back, because if one of them breaks, you're obviously going to replace it. Like, what? And the guy literally goes,
it's just part of corporate policy that we don't make special accommodations. What kind of corporate policy is that?
What do you even mean? That's not a corporate policy. You know what that is? You know what that is? That is trash customer service. I'm gonna tell you what that is. Like, honestly, for you to sit here and tell me that you can't make an accommodation, literally just get a new scoop from the back or wash a scoop, takes 30 seconds to wash a scoop with soap and water, and serve me an ice cream. And you're basically telling me that you won't accommodate me because of that, because I'm allergic to eggs and because I can't help the fact that I'm allergic to eggs. I'm just running this back in my mind now, and it's still not making sense. Like, I'm trying to figure out where they were going with this, and it's still not making sense. And so at this point, like, I'm trying to get through every alternative to like be like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? and basically he's just shutting down all of my like requests, and basically I'm just pissed off at this point because I look crazy in the middle of this restaurant. I feel like the people around me are just looking at me like I'm crazy when I know I'm not crazy, and so I'm just like, what the hell? And I'm just pissed off at this point, and I literally just go outside, and outside they have a bunch of seating, and that's where my teammates are sitting, and so I just sit down, and they're just like, where's your ice cream? And I was just like, I didn't get any. And they were just like, well, why didn't you get any ice cream? And I was just like,
because they don't clean their scoops.
My teammates are like, what do you mean, like, explain? And I was like, basically they told me that they don't want to be liable for serving me because they don't clean their scoops, and they can't, basically can control their cross-contamination, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And that they basically won't serve me. That's basically what they actually meant to say in a whole. My teammates are like, that's absolutely ridiculous. Like, I don't believe you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, really? Really, you don't believe me? You wanna go try and ask? So literally me and one of my teammates, we get up, go back into the restaurant, and my teammate asks for a manager. So a different manager comes out, and literally we tell them the situation, and he literally, this new manager, it's like it's almost a recording, tells us verbatim the same exact thing. Like, at this point I'm defeated. Like, there is no way of getting through to them. And so I'm already, like, I gave up. Like, I'm pissed off. Like, I gave up at this point. And my teammate is just trying to, like, figure out a way around it. She's just like, there's no clean scoops or brand new scoops that you guys can use in the back to accommodate her. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. And still, no, the manager's saying the same thing. Like, we don't make any special accommodations. It's just corporate policy. It's corporate policy, blah, 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 that basically we don't clean our scoops. Like, this is some BS. Like, this is, alright, let me tell you what this situation is, y'all. Don't ever, and I mean don't ever take this situation and think that it's okay, because it's not. Literally, this is just terrible customer service. They could have simply just got a clean or new scoop and served me ice cream. They could have gotten my coin. They could have gotten my coin, but instead they wanted to have terrible trash customer service. In Walt Disney, where dreams are freaking made of, y'all are crushing my goddamn dreams. Y'all are letting me down. You are taking away all those years that I was accommodated and just throwing it into the ocean. Like, I've never experienced this, and of all places I would have never thought I could experience it in Disney World. Like, that is the most upsetting thing, like, ever. Like, my childhood in the ocean. Basically the end of my story. But what I want y'all to learn from this video is don't ever, and I mean don't ever, whether it's a food allergy, whether it's your race, your sexual orientation, your sexual preferences, you know, do not let a restaurant tell you they can't serve you because they don't want to serve you because of any of those reasons or because of a special accommodation. Like, do not let them do that to you, and if they do, drag them. Drag them. Honestly, I really need to go up on Yelp because it's not too late. Okay, so obviously, if you couldn't tell, basically the last clip got cut out because my camera died. It's whatever. But basically, if this situation happened to you, please comment down below, guys, because I really want to hear, like, what happened with you. And, like, honestly, we need to take these people down together because this is honestly ridiculous. But you have finally reached the end of the video. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.